who gets the jump this time. Lance has made a rocket start again. He's through to the front. Lance is through to the front. There he goes. It's same again. Action replay of the first race and pushing his way through is Remondini. There's going to be lots of bumping and barging as they go into yellow pages. Lance has got to keep an inside berth. He doesn't want to open the door there to Marais. Oh, and we've got farming from Clive Rice. And so we've got farming from Geoff Goddard. And coming back onto the circuit, and we've got Grant van Schalkwyk is in a bit, and so is the Uno Turbo out there. One of the Uno Turbos, that's Grant van Schalkwyk, is at 55. Oh, that's Nick de Waal. Don't know if that changes his chances at all, but that car is definitely total Clive Rice. With wipers going, he's getting back on the circuit, so the bumping and barging was very heavy on that. I think they'll get this car cleared out of the way before they stop this race. I don't think they'll stop this race. Normally you stop only when the track is unclearable. And Briggs going for the front. Look at the acceleration of that Superboss down the inside. As he goes down, do you see any red flags? They'll have to be quick with this one. They'll need to pull it out of the way very quickly. They're looking for hooks. There's certainly enough marshals. I think they could lift it up and just pull it out of the way, actually bump and bounce it out of the way. And I don't know what they're waiting for there at the moment, but here's the action again as Clive Rice comes in from the country. Geoff Goddard, that's two BMWs off the road. There's Grant van Schalkwyk going to the side. There's the Uno now getting sideswiped by Toyota. Grant van Schalkwyk, in fact, was in the middle of the road looking backwards as the others all squeeze and bump and barge their way past. But they've got out the road. This race will continue. Nice work there by the Kyalami Marshal, always doing a great job and on the scene almost instantly. But here we go again as they come round to finish lap one. It's Leon Marais looking for second spot. Michael Briggs is tearing off into the distance. Marais is right on the Midas BMW's tail. Tony Vion is in there as well. And this is a real, very, very tough fight. Nick de Waal's chances have been set back. And we'll just see as the race progresses, is Mike White able to get in amongst the leaders in Class C.
Weer eens, soos ons gewoond geraak het daarom aan die begin van die wedren, aksie en drama. En dat is nog net 1,5 rondes in hierdie wedren. Michael Briggs wat reeds die voortou geneem het. En Peter Lance wat kort op sake in die tweede plek is. Hier is die stryd om die eerste posisie. Leon Marais wat sake mooi dophou daar uit die derde posisie uit. Verder terug is dit Gino Remondini, Tano Viana is daar. Neil Brink is in die 6de plek. Farouk Dangor 7de en Daryl Werner op die oomblik in die 8ste plek. Is net kadets en BMW's. Is kadet BMW in die eerste 8 posisies. En Marais is deur. Leon Marais neem deur en hy sê baie dankie Tony Peter Lance. Baie dankie Peter Lance. Deur Wesbank draai en nou is dit kadet 1 en 2. En ek dink die BMW span sal moet teruggaan en hulle huiswerk weer gaan doen. Is dit kadet 1 en 2 in die middel van die tweede ronde. En dan die ander 3 BMW's. Dis Peter Lance, Gino Remondini en Tony Viana. En ons sal vir Geoff Goddard ook moet dophou. Hy het heel agter begin. Ek weet nie hoe 'n wyse besluit dit was nie. Hy moes miskien maar heel agter in klas A begin het. Want hy sal by al daardie stadiger motors moet verbykom in sy klas A BMW. Dis nou Geoff Goddard. Wow, en Viana gaan baie wyd. Is dit Neil Brink kort agter hom, dan Farouk Dangor en Daryl Werner. Verder terug in die veld, kom ons kyk net 'n bietjie. Die skare staan op soos wat hulle verbykom met kadet 1 en 2, Michael Briggs, Leon Marais. En hier gaan so 'n bietjie van 'n gestamper en stootry verder terug aan tussen Tony Viana en Neil Brink. Goddard is terug. Goddard is op verby al die klas C motors. En ons kyk of ons vir die algehele posisie nou kan gee. Baie netjies wat hulle daar om daardie draai kom. Terug weer in Leon Marais se motor. Daar is sy spanleier, die nommer 1 bestuurder van die Delta Motorsportspan. Is dit Michael Briggs wat daar voor hom is. En Leon Marais gaan nie probeer om vir hom verby te gaan nie. Dis hy met nommer 1 bestuurder wat hy voor hom het. Dis die man wat voorloop vir die kampioenskapsreeks en wat vandag die algehele binnelandse titel agter sy naam kan skryf. As hierdie wedren wen. En verder terug. Lekker van die klas B is dit Grant van Schalkwyk en Martinus Breers wat sake uitspook in die eerste plek. Breers wat op in die eerste plek is in klas B. Dis 'n man met 'n privaat inskrywing daar wat voor Grant van Schalkwyk is. Breers in de Volkswagen Golf. Klas C. Behoort dit Mike White te wees. Hannes Grobler wat in klas C opgeskuif het na die eerste plek nadat Nick de Waal in daardie ongeluk in geel bladsye helemaal beskadig is en 'n groot tragedie dink ek daar van Nick de Waal wat die klas oorwinning net nou behaal het in die eerste uitdaging. Klas D Grant McCleary en klas E in hierdie stadium is dit Mike O'Sullivan. So, dis die einde van die derde ronde wat ons nou hier gaan sien. En hierdie manne is nog steeds besig om mekaar baie mooi te kyk waar is elke ou se swakpunte en waar is sy sterkpunte. Nommer 11 is Daryl Werner, hy is oomblik in die 8ste posisie en terug weer by Leon Marie. Dit is Nashua draai hierdie. Dis die einde van die derde ronde. Baie naby aan mekaar is hulle en hierdie twee spanmaats gaan sorg dat hulle voorbly. Hulle gaan sorg dat hulle voorbly, Louis.
Most definitely, they must make sure that they keep ahead. And at the moment, we're in the car with Leon Murray, the number 2 driver for the Delta Works team. Ahead of him is the number 1 driver, Michael Briggs, and it looks as though they are going to clean up here today. First and second in the first heat, and at the moment it looks as though they're heading that way in the second heat, the last race of the day. So Briggs in the lead, Leon Murray next best, then Peter Lance, Tony Viana, Neil Brink. So the cadets up there amongst the BMWs, and as Hendrik was saying, well, they obviously haven't managed all the problems or sorted out all the problems that they've had. They just don't have the power on actual race day. They had it during practice, but a bit of bad luck obviously in the first race, but now it's just Cadet 1 and 2, those canary yellow motor cars, the 2 super bosses out front, and it looks as though they are going to stay there for as long as possible. Right, this is further down in the field, and here come some of the other cars coming through, and that's going into budgets. They'll come out of budget and go up towards yellow pages.
Dis Lindsay Stein daar, excuse me, nummer 129. Hy is in klas E. En dis die stryd bietjie verder terug. Grant van Skalkwyk se motor lyk vir my redelik ernstig beskadig nadat hy ook in die middel van daardie ongeluk was. Nommer 122 is
That's Henrik, just incidentally, that's Steve Wyndham. He's gone back to 3rd position. He won the first heat there in the little Toyota Conquest. He's behind Mark Edwards, and clearing off into the blue is Mike O'Sullivan. There he is at the top of the hill. So there's Edwards now. He's about 100 metres adrift of him and being pressed all the time. It's all changed in that big punch up we had at Yellow Pages on the first lap. So that's all changed it, but Mark Edwards hanging on as hard as he can. Briggs and Murray closely matched together with Lance challenging. Viana's coming into the picture. Brink is there, Remondini. Daryl Werner's doing a nice job as well, as is Geoff Goddard, who's come from the back of the pack.
Out of IGI they come down the circuit once again to get themselves into the right-hander intercontinental corner. And it's very, very slippery out there, especially coming out of Westbank. It really is slippery, and there's a lot of gravel that gets thrown up on the track, in particular at the Top Sport S's as well. Abdul Wahab Jaffa is the man that you were watching. Now we're back in the in-car with Leon Murray, and ahead of him is team number 1, Michael Briggs, and again locking the back left wheel as he goes into the corner, up onto the curve. This is up at Westbank corner, down the mine shaft. That's the awesome mine shaft that you see. Get to the 50-meter brake marker, and they don't brake, they just tap off and into that one, foot flat. And watch this now, right-hander, there comes the brake, change down into the right-hander at Continental corner, and then up the circuit they go, all the way up once again under the Conti banners, up and over, and it's still Cadet 1 and 2. Further down the field, it's Peter Lance, then Tony Viana, Neil Brink, Gino Remondini. Here they come, over the Brilliant Signs Hill, down towards Total Curve. Right-hander, that's the first 5. Neil Brink just out of your picture. Here comes Gino Remondini, Farouk Dangar and Daryl Werner. That's as they go through.
Goddard opgeskryf by Werner verby, Geoff Goddard.
And now we look for battles further down. There is Hannes Grobler, and that is in Class C. That's Hannes Grobler. Nick de Waal already out, and right behind him that looks like Mike White. Look at that wheel off the ground. Mike White trying everything. He's won R1 million for someone today, but can he win his class? The Uno's on their anniversary. One's out, the other one's still in. And Hannes Grobler's being taken on the inside by Mike White. So Mike White gets Hannes Grobler. Unbelievable. That really is superb driving. And now White's got a little green, red and white little machine behind him that's got an awesome amount of power. And White moves away to the side. On the inside goes Hannes Grobler. He's taken back his position to lead Class C. Now Mike White in second place in Class C. Into Yellow Pages they come. We've seen one Uno destroyed there. Watch Mike White try on the inside. No, he thinks against it. He is right under the exhaust of that Uno Turbo. Swings out up towards Top Sport S's. Hannes Grobler knows he's there. All he sees is Toyota Conquest in his mirrors. One wheel, the back left off the ground again for Hannes Grobler. Throws the car around. Now comes the back right wheel off the ground. and Mike White is not letting him get away. Up the hill they go, up the Winfield Hill towards Westbank. What are the instructions going to be here? What is the braver man going to try and do? Well, there's too much of a gap right now, but White might try and go tighter on the inside. No, he just follows Hannes Grobler around. He's going to try and take him down the mine shaft and then into Continental Corner. That is a no-no. We've seen it attempted. It's never been succeeded, but the turbo of the Uno is just far too quick into Continental Corner, particularly down that mine shaft. That's where it gets its speed. Look at it, holding that car, unbelievable. Is Hannes Grobler moving it around. Up the hill they go again to come round and down NGK towards Total Curve. And Hannes Grobler had a little bit of a scare in the last lap, having been overtaken, but he's taken his position back and he's back in the lead in Class C. There's a Class B car. That is Michael Martinez Breers, who is in the lead in Class B, but he is behind both Class C cars, and he really is trying everything he can. Back in with Leon Murray, who is in second place at the moment. Mike Briggs still leads. Out of the Top Sport S's, up they go, and this battle is really developing between the two of them. Viana and Brink and Lance, the positions have changed. Viana third, Brink fourth, and Peter Lance in fifth, with Gino Ramondini in sixth. It's Cadet, BMW, Cadet, and then 4 BMWs in the top 8.
Well, Tony Viana's becoming a threat now. He's worked hard on these new BMW 325s and he's getting his act together. Excuse me, coming down the road at a great rate of knots. In fact, just talking about that turbo during the practice during the week, Geoff Goddard was telling me, coming out of Westbank Corner, the turbo just kept with him all the way down the IGI mine shaft. So it just shows how quickly he can go. Well, Leon Murray will be calling to Mike Briggs on the radio to say we've got problems coming up after us, and that is Tony Viana. As they go down the fastest point on the circuit to come and finish lap 7 of the 10-lap race. That's 40 kilometers in all. Briggs in the front, and Murray has now got Viana in his mirrors. That's Briggs winning the Inland Championship. He's also won Class A. The new lap record there to Leon Murray today. The super bosses seem invincible, but on different types of circuits, the other motor cars all come to light, and BMW a very strong threat. Viana's only a second behind him. The fourth man is Neil Brink, going very well. Peter Lance has lost more ground now, and Goddard has moved up ahead of Farouk Danga. So Goddard is putting the drive of the race in. Oh, there's Lance coming slowly down the road. You saw that mileage BMW coming down the road. The Uno Turbo's got the power. Mike White is just regathering his forces there. The handling of that little Toyota is tremendous. Keeps its wheel planted, which does not happen on Hannes Grobler's car as it comes through in three wheels. A lot of dings and dents on these motor cars. They've been in the wall, certainly. Grobler looks Valeria as the Class A car, and he's got the Class C cars right there with him. And then we've got Martinez Breers. There's Clive Rice in that yellow Pages car, not too far behind them. They finished 7 laps now. We've got 8, 9 and 10 to go. White is trying. Road holding of that little Uno's got better and better. It might look out of shape at times, but it's certainly very effective, keeping the Class A car of Tony Valeria in sight. Martinez Breers watching the fun just from behind them. There he comes now, leading Class B. Grant van Schalkwyk unfortunately took a hard knock. He's in the pack and starting to make his way up through the field. In fact, he's come through with the doors all dinged and dented as he comes past us here at the commentary point. So the order at the moment is Mike Briggs, Leon Murray and Tony Viana. This is the Class C battle. It's Hannes Grobler and Mike White. And here's the leaders coming through and getting in amongst some of the back markers. Tony Viana is certainly a threat. Certainly a threat. And it's not going to change the champion's position, but he'd more than anything else like to take these two Opels across the line. And he is definitely a threat. And when he gets determined, Tony Viana gets very determined. And then we've got Leon Murray now. He's watching in his mirrors. You can see him tip his head up there. 8 kilometers of this race to go. We've had 8 laps. You can see at full stretch what it's like, working that motor car over. Have a look in the centre of Murray's wheel. You see the little markers there to let him know when he's really in a spin or working it hard to know where the centre of the steering wheel is. He's got some grips on the steering wheel. And it's Briggs, and he's saying, he's signalling to him, and they're in radio contact, the two of them, but he'll be saying, Michael, keep going. We've got problems behind us here. And he's probably acknowledging Tony Viana, just giving a nudge or two to let him know that he's there, and he wants past, but he'll have to fight past this team. running to team orders they are as they come up on Mark Edwards, and he's got him. He's pushing, he's going to thrust his way through, and that's what he's done. He's prepared to push him up the circuit if needs be. Tony Viana's intent on getting second and maybe winning this race. We've got 8 laps. Mark Edwards doesn't know which way to go as he comes down the road in 122. Very fine driver there. And there we are, second. Gets on the brakes hard there in the centre of the road at Continental Corner. Holds it, lets it a little wide there, going right to the outside. Marez hanging in there. And Marez, he got the speed down the hill. Briggs now knows that he's got a BMW coming up, and he's in a ferocious mood. Viana's intent on winning this race with a lap and about 300 metres or 400 metres to go. Very late on the brakes. Here's the slow traffic. There's the guttering on the left. Goes out to the outside. And Viana is closing all the time. Class B is Breers. Class C is Hannes Grobler still. Class D is Grant McCleary. Class E Sullivan ahead of Edwards. So he'll be coming up in Sullivan shortly. Wyndham's just behind them. Here they come up the road now. You can see Briggs getting away. Here they're coming on Mike Sullivan. No, that's Steve Wyndham there in the Toyota. They're coming past him, steaming past him. This is 4 Ks to go. And it's Tony Viana wants to get there. There's Mike Sullivan in first position in the 1400 cars, the Delta Force and Safik Cadet. And you can see how hard he's trying. Sullivan knows to stay out of the way now. He's not in radio contact, but he looks at his mirrors and he sees red and white Winfield cars. A new lap record for Geoff Goddard has come up as we come past Sullivan. Murray, does he gets his line cut off there, but he's prepared to thump him out the way. You could hear it there as he came through. This is a major car wars going on as they go up to Westbank. Clipping the curve. Now they're going to straighten their line to the brake marks. And Viana's getting in very, very late indeed. He's trying to get on the inside of Briggs. It's only a car length behind. He's got a tight line as he comes down the mine shaft now. Leon Maria can only sit and watch the action as they go through the traffic. I don't know if there's any other traffic ahead of them. We'll pick that up in a moment as they come down the mine shaft flat out and unload the one side of the suspension. And Mike Briggs is now hanging on there by a thread there with Viana challenging. Never more dangerous is Viana than when he's challenging for the lead as he's doing now. That BMW is never going to be driven as hard as this. He's doing everything he knows. There he is. He's only got 2 corners to go. And Leon Marais is hanging in there. He can tell Mike that he's close up to him. He's not going to help him at the moment. Late on the brakes goes Viana. The Winfield BMW is on a charge. They've got just the 1 corner to go. The slow traffic is going to make a difference. Here he comes on the inside. He's doing desperate stuff here. As he comes in there, it's going to be Michael Briggs locking an inside back wheel. Briggs has got it to the line. He's got the power and the performance. And the 3 of them are going to come across the line almost tied together. It's Briggs, a double for the day. Viana, very good charge. Nothing wrong with the performance of that BMW. And Leon Marais right on his tail there in the new record there for Leon Marais. And here he comes. The Moby Jack car of Neil Brink. There's a fine drive. Geoff Goddard comes home next, and then it's Farouk Dang in the Speedy Car Sales machine. Let's watch them as they all come through here. Class E was won by Sullivan. Wyndham came next, and here's the Class C. Hannes Grobler has now got Mike White right on his tail. There's Breers in Class B. He's about the only run at the moment. Grant van Schalkwyk back in the pack, and Mike White is trying as well. Is he going to try that inside berth? Has he got it on the inside? He's going to charge at him. From in the inside, there's Mark Edwards ahead of him. He's on his tail. He's almost gave him a nudge. But it's going to be too late as they come in from the country, and it's Hannes Grobler coming across the line, 3-4 car lengths ahead of Mike White. So the Unos take Class C. The champagne corks are going to pop. Here comes Martinez Breers, Class B. There comes Clive Rice in the yellow page. The 66 is Peter Duval. He comes through next in the... He's the team manager for Nissan, just bringing in another Uno home. Then we've got, looks like Gino Remondini. And then we have got, that's Glenn Gibbons. And here's the Class D winner, champion for the year, just ahead of Glenn Gibbons, and that's Grant McCleary in the Delta Motorsport Opel. And the next one is, it looks like Agliotti. There's the Staines coming through. And there's another one of the Moby Jack cars just off.
Tweede oorwinning vir Michael Briggs. Tony Viana wat inkom in die tweede posisie. Leon Marais derde. Neil Brink kan baie tevrede voel met sy 4de plek algeheel. Geoff Goddard van heel agter af deur die hele veld op in die 5de plek en Farouk Dangor in die 6de posisie. Ek dink 'n mens moet daarom ook die naam van Martinez Breers daar noem, wat vir die eerste keer weer verjaar bewys het dat hy baie talentvolle jong jaar is, wat in sy privaat ingeskrewe golf GTI hier 2 keer vandag oor Grant van Schalkwyk geseëvier het, wat gewoonlik die Klas B wedrenne gewen het.
Yeah, more competition coming up there. The National Inland Champions for the year, Michael Briggs in Class A, Class B, Grant van Schalkwyk, both in the Opels. Nick Duval winning it for the Uno, their first year of competition. They won the Inland Championship in Class C. Class D's